He was a god, a celestial, a father. He just needed his son's help to ... end everything. What if Peter Quill had said yes? There are realities beyond our own, infinite branching pathways born from a single, pivotal choice. In one, a son rejects his father, saving a universe, but we are not in that reality. Here, in the cold, echoing dark, we witness a different choice, a darker choice. A son, broken by the loss of his mother, tempted by the promise of eternity, reaches out and takes his father's hand. In that moment of weakness, that flicker of shared divinity, Peter Quill surrendered. He did not see a monster offering oblivion. He saw a father offering purpose. He saw a chance to be more than just a man, to touch the face of creation itself. The mortal part of him, the part that loved and feared and grieved, was silenced. All that remained was the battery, celestial spark ego had searched for across millennia. It's the key to unlocking his grand, horrific design. The universe held its breath, unaware that its final gasp was already upon it. The song of eternity had begun, and its first note was a scream of betrayal. The aftermath was not a battle. It was an ascension, a silent, terrifying rapture. On the surface of Ego's core, the Guardians of the Galaxy watched in horror as Peter's eyes flared with the cold, blue light of a billion newborn stars. He was no longer their friend. He was a conduit, a living amplifier for a will as old as the cosmos. The blue light, the very essence of Ego's being, erupted not just from the planet's core, but from Peter himself. It was a wave of pure creation and utter annihilation, a tsunami of consciousness that washed over everything. Drax, who sought only vengeance for his family, found himself unmade, his atoms rewritten into the soil of a new god. Gamora, the deadliest woman in the galaxy, could not fight a thought. She was dissolved into the very air she breathed. Rocket, who had spent his life feeling alone, was finally irrevocably joined with something larger than himself. His brilliant mind becoming a single, silent neuron in an infinite brain. Groot, a being of life, was the last to fall, his form twisting, emerging with the expanding floral consciousness, a single, final "I am Groot," swallowed by the deafening chorus of "I am Ego." They were the first, but they would not be the last. They were the kindling for a fire that would consume the heavens. What followed was the expansion, an event so vast it defied nomenclature. From Ego's core, now supercharged by his son, the tendrils of his being shot out across the void, moving faster than light, faster than hope. It was not an invasion of ships and soldiers. It was a conversion of reality itself. Thousands of planets, each teeming with their own unique histories, cultures, and dreams, were touched by the light. The bustling cityscapes of Xandar, the verdant jungles of Sakaar, the ancient libraries of Contraxiol were submerged. The process was sickeningly beautiful. A world would be enveloped in a gentle, ethereal blue glow. A moment, there was wonder. Then, the terraforming began. Mountains buckled and smoothed, oceans evaporated and reformed. Cities crumbled to dust and were reborn as serene, yet horrifyingly uniform landscapes. The trillions of lives on these worlds were not killed in the traditional sense. They were assimilated. Their consciousness, their memories, their very souls were absorbed, becoming whispers in the mind of the One. They did not die. They simply ceased to be themselves. Earth, the world Peter Quill had once fought to protect, was not spared. It was a special prize. The blue light washed over it like a gentle tide, silencing the cacophony of 7 billion lives in an instant. The planet that birthed the key now bore the face of the lock. Across the star lanes, a chilling silence fell. The vibrant, chaotic tapestry of the galaxy was being systematically unraveled and rewoven into a single, monolithic pattern, a single, smiling face stretching from one end of the cosmos to the other. This new reality rendered all other conflicts moot, all other ambitions pathetic. On the scorched plains of a forgotten world, a mad titan surveyed his work. Thanos, the seeker of balance, had just acquired another Infinity Stone. His quest was nearing its end game. His grand calculus was designed to save the universe from itself, to correct the imbalance of rampant life. He opened a portal to Xandar, prepared to seize the Power Stone and decimate the Nova Cores. But he did not arrive to a world at war. He arrived to a garden. The planet was gone, replaced by a placid, blue-hued sphere, humming with a singular, overwhelming consciousness. There was no Nova Cores, no terrified citizens, no Power Stone. There was only ego. Thanos looked out at the starfield, and where there should have been 1 billion points of light, he saw the slow, creeping bloom of the same blue energy. It's a cancer spreading through the galactic bloodstream. His quest for balance, his life's work, had become a cosmic joke. The universe was no longer threatened by too much life. It was threatened by the complete and utter absence of it, replaced by the suffocating presence of one. The Infinity Stones, tools of ultimate power, were now pebbles against a tidal wave. For what is the power to reshape reality when reality itself has been consumed? The great equation was broken. The final battle for all existence would not be waged for balance, but for survival. It would be the mad titan with his gauntlet and his finite will, against a self-proclaimed god who had become the universe itself. A battle of ambition versus absorption. A final, desperate stand against the encroaching, silent, and ever-smiling void.